groovy.
Yoo-hoo! Thanks for tuning in to another cult horror movie review. When it comes to good genre movies of the 1990s, Candyman is one that I actually kind of forgot, until it was brought to my attention again. A good and scary supernatural story that blends an old folktale with a very urban setting, something that isn't always done right, but Candyman succeeds at bringing us the horror goods and a horror villain that I find doesn't get enough recognition. But just before we get going, if there's a cult horror movie you would like me to review, just leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts and feelings on Candyman. Alright, this is based on a story by Clive Barker, the same English novelist that wrote the story that would inspire the Hellraiser films. Virginia Madsen plays a graduate student at a university. She and her friends start to investigate the myth of a murderous soul called the Candyman. Filmed partly in the very dangerous neighborhood of Cabrini Green, Chicago, the two women accidentally invoke the spirit of Candyman, and all hell breaks loose from there, as the ghost starts tormenting the women. For this type of movie, the acting is pretty decent. Virginia Madsen does a great job at portraying a skeptical investigator who gradually starts to lose her mind and goes down the pit of madness. But I have to say the one who really steals the show is Tony Todd. Even though he's been in plenty of movies and TV shows, playing the Candyman may very well be the role he's best known for. I don't really know how to put my finger on it, but Todd has just got this creepy face, and I find his voice to be very haunting.
So I was obliged to come. And now I must kill you.
Which made it perfect for the acting as a vengeful ghost of an African-American man during the late 19th century who was brutally murdered after falling in love with a white girl. If he wasn't such a brutal murderer, you could almost feel sorry for the Candyman. In fact, Tony Todd managed to negotiate an extra $1,000 in salary for every bee sting he had to endure, and he was stung 23 times during production, which just makes for a crazy amount of cash. Because yes, the bees you see here are all real, including the ones that Todd had in his mouth. Ugh! With its strong social commentary, a sinister score that gives the film atmosphere, and a powerful ending, Candyman sets itself apart, especially since it came out not too long after the era of slasher movies during the 1980s. By that point, audiences were really in need of something new. There are a couple slasher elements here mixed with supernatural, but the script actually plays on tension and on the haunting that the Candyman makes the student endure. It doesn't rely on the gore, even though there is a lot of it. Following the release of this cult classic and its moderate success, there were a couple of sequels released in the mid to late 90s, which I won't bother to see because they look like crap. And then, to my big surprise, it had another sequel in 2021, which I actually thought was a remake at first, produced by the one and only Jordan Peele. So, on a final note, there's not a lot else I can say about this movie. I thought it was pretty good, I enjoyed it, and I highly recommend that horror fans go give it a peep.